What's going on, family? This is Scrapbook Boxing, the Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. Right now, we're going to take a look at a welterweight, Jack Britton. Jack Britton had a 25 series with Ted Kid Lewis. Let's take a look at his career. Jack Britton was born William J. Britton on October 14, 1885 in Clinton, New York. Nationality Irish-American. He weighed 144 pounds and stood 5 foot 8 inches and was managed by Dan Moran. Britton started his professional career in 1905 and campaigned for 26 years until 1930. He was one of the cleverest boxers in the history of the welterweight division. Britton's series of 20 fights with Ted Kid Lewis covering 224 rounds rates one of the best and greatest marathons of the ring. With the crown vacant, Ted Kid Lewis claimed the title by defeating Britton on August 31st, 1915 at Boston, Massachusetts. On April 24th, 1916, Britton beat Lewis in 20 rounds in New Orleans for the title. They met in the title bout on June 25th, 1917 at Dayton, Ohio. Britton losing a 20-round decision and the crown. On March 17, 1919, he stopped Lewis in 9 rounds at Canton, Ohio, to win the crown, which he held until Mickey Walker took it from him on November 1st, 1922. After retirement, he began as a boxing instructor. Then the owner of the gas station in Florida, and later returned to boxing as a manager, elected to the Boxing Hall of Fame in 1960. Britton died in Miami, Florida on March 27, 1962 at the age of 76. He was elected to the Boxing Hall of Fame in 1960. Ted Kid Lewis. Now, Ted Kid Lewis and Jack Britton had some outstanding wars. But in 1905, Jack Britton began his professional career, and he won fights over Johnny Inglow in 6 rounds. Eddie Wallace, 6 rounds, no decision. Young Lothery in 6 rounds. Tommy Herman in 6 rounds. Todd Moran in 6 rounds. Eddie Carter in 6 rounds. Eddie Fay in 6 rounds. Young Curry in 6 rounds. Young Farrell, Joe Smith, Kid Hagan in 6 rounds. 1906, he knocks out Johnny Reagan 2 rounds, no decisions, which means he fought him twice. Phil Griffin in 6 rounds. Bobby O'Neill in 6 rounds. Tony Haney in 6 rounds. Young Lockery in 6 rounds. Reddy Moore 6 rounds. Mississippi 10 rounds. Terry Young, very good fighter, 6 rounds. Eddie O'Neill in 6 rounds. 1907, he knocks out Kid Gilbert 2 rounds. 1 Kid Beebe in 6 rounds. Battling Stinger in 10 rounds. No decision. Fought him twice. Lou Shepard 6 rounds. Art Edmonds in 6 rounds. Percy Grove in 6 rounds. Fought Percy Groves again in 6 rounds. And this goes on and on and on. Very good start for Jack Britton. 1908. Knocks out Young Bitchell. Jim Harlan. Jimmy Dasher. He won against Kid Burns. Tony Hagley. Tommy Love, Willie Lucas. And this continues. 1909, January 10th, Kid Broad, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, no decision. So I'm going to just read them all because they're all no decisions. Harry Stone, Reddy Moore, Joe Hurst, Joe Thiel, Leo Florentin Hook, very good fighter. For Leo Hook again, Lancaster, no decision, 6 rounds. Johnny Hogan, Reading, Pennsylvania, defeated him in 6 rounds November 8th. November 22nd, Jack Curley, Savannah, defeated him in 15 rounds. December 3rd, Kid Farmer, Savannah, lost on a foul in 3 rounds. And December 10th, Kid Farmer, Savannah, KO'd him in 7 rounds. December 17th, Passy Hogan, Savannah, KO'd him in 14 rounds. December 28th, Jimmy Dasher, Savannah, defeated him in 15 rounds. 1910, January 4th, Nathan Irich, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, no decision. Tommy O'Keefe, Harry Stone, Young Ernie, and Harry Clutch, all no decisions. Dummy Decker fought him twice. Savannah, 15-round draw and 15-round victory. Ray Bronson, very good fighter, June 30th, New Orleans, Louisiana. He lost in 10 rounds. August 19th, Jack McGuire, Savannah, killed him in 7 rounds. November 12th, Burt Keys, Savannah, defeated him in 15 rounds. And this goes on and on and on. Ray Temple, December 12th, Memphis, Tennessee, had an 8-round draw. November 1911, January 30th, Packy McFarland, very good fighter, he would be champion, Mississippi, 8-round draw. April 21st, Jake Ballarada, St. Joseph, defeated him in 15 rounds. May 9th, Johnny Marto, New York City, no decision, 10 rounds. And this goes on and on. He fights Willie Ritchie, October 6th, San Francisco, lost in 4 rounds. Johnny McCaffrey, Sacramento, defeated him in 10 rounds. 1912, Al Rogers, January 5th, in San Francisco, defeated him in 10 rounds. April 29th, Powell Moore, San Francisco, defeated him in 20 rounds. July 17th, Harry Stone, New York City, no decision in 10. Eddie Smith, no decision in 10. Eddie Murphy in Boston, defeated him in 11 rounds. Young Sailor, Boston, defeated him in 6 rounds. So as you can see here, he's fighting guys consistently. As you can look, he's fighting at least once a week on average. Leach Cross and Freddie Duffy and Young Staler and Billy Bennett. All, I think they were basically on the top 10 level. 1913, you can see how many fights he had then. Powell Moore, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, no decision in 4. Kid Graves, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, no decision in 6. Jimmy Duffy fought him twice. Buffalo, New York, lost on a foul in 6 and no decision in 10. Battling Gates, very good fighter, killed him in 3rd round. 1914, Phil Bloom. You'll hear a lot about him as I speak about other fighters. January 5th, Phil Bloom, New York City, no decision in 10 rounds. Mike Glover, Ray Campbell, all no decisions. Outstanding fighter. And this is what I mean by activity. Leo Kelly, St. Louis, Missouri, no decision, 10 rounds. Joe Egan, Boston. Johnny Griffiths, Soldier Barfield, I'm sure you heard of his name. Eddie Moran. Eddie Moran fought him twice, once in Brooklyn and one in New Britain. No decision in 10 and defeated him in 12 rounds. 1915, Frankie Norder, Brooklyn, no decision. Kid Graves, no decision. Sheila O'Donnell, no decision. And Jack Tolan, no decision. Phil Bloom in Brooklyn, no decision. So this is just going on and on and on. Leo Kelly, Young Denny, Mike Glover, Ted Lewis. Now this is the first time I see he fought Ted Kid Lewis. This is in Boston. He lost in 12 rounds for the vacant welterweight title. Johnny Griffiths. Caden, no decision, 12. Terry Mitchell, Brooklyn, no decision in 10. Johnny Griffiths, Akron, Ohio, no decision in 12. 1916, Ted Kid Lewis, Buffalo, no decision, 10. Silent Martin, Brooklyn, no decision in 10. Ted Kid Lewis, Brooklyn, no decision in 10. K.O. Brennan, very good fighter, Buffalo, New York, no decision in 10. Kid Graves, Dayton, Ohio, no decision in 10. Ted Kid Lewis, New Orleans, defeated him and won the World Welterweight Championship in 20 rounds. This was April 24th. June 6th, Mike O'Dowd would be champion in Boston, defeated him in 12 rounds. June 23rd, battling Copen, Syracuse, New York, defeated him in 10 rounds. Jimmy Coffey, Ted Kid Lewis, Charlie White. Charlie White would have very good fights with Benny Leonard. He's an outstanding lightweight fighter. Steve Latzo. Steve Latzo was the brother of Pete Latzo. No decision in 10 rounds. 1917, January 1st, Jimmy Duffy, Buffalo, New York. No decision in 10 rounds. January 9th, Albert Badal, New York City. Decision in 10 rounds. Michael Dow, St. Paul's. So he has no decisions on several fights here. Ted Kid Lewis fought him dozens of times. Michael Dow fought him dozens of times. As you can see, I'm just going to scan along. Johnny Griffiths in Boston. That was a draw. 10 rounds. Eddie Kid Billings. Superior. No decision in 10. Johnny Tillman, Boston. 12 round. Lost the welterweight title to Lou Berman. Referee. Lou Berman was the referee. Soldier Barfield, he fought several times, Philadelphia and in New York. Stanley Martin, Jersey City. December 8th, no decision, 8 rounds. February 3rd, 1919, Al Darty, Canton, Ohio. No decision in 12 rounds. Willie Ryan, Trenton, New Jersey, New York, no decision in 8 rounds. Ted Kid Lewis regains the world welterweight title. So they're going back and forth with the title. Jack Perry, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, no decision in 10 rounds. Brian Daughtry, very good fighter, Canton, Ohio, no decision in 12 rounds. Jack Malone, you've heard about him. Very good fighter, April 28th, St. Paul's, no decision in 10 rounds. May 15th, Johnny Griffith, Buffalo, New York, no decision in 10 rounds. That was for the title. Johnny Tillman, Baltimore, Maryland, no decision in 12 rounds. Joe Willing, Syracuse, New York, no decision in 10 rounds. So he fights Jack Perry, Johnny Griffiths, Al Dottie, Ted Kid Lewis, Jersey City, no decision in 8 rounds. Mike O'Dowd again, Newark, New Jersey, no decision in 8. And I think you get the picture with Jack Britton. I see several Hall of Famers in here. Jack Bell, he defeated him in 10 rounds. Pinky Mitchell, December 6th, Milwaukee, no decision in 10 rounds. Pinky Mitchell would win the Junior Welterweight Championship. Johnny Gill, very good fighter, no decision, 10 rounds. Frankie McGuire, no decision, 6 rounds. In 1921, February 7th, Ted Kid Lewis, New York City, defeated him in 15 rounds. March 7th, Johnny Tillman, no decision, 10 rounds. He fights Dave Shade, very good fighter, Portland, Oregon. He fights him to a draw. Let me show you Dave Shade. I just wanted to show you Dave Shade because you hear his name a lot. I will be doing a profile on him, but Dave Shade was a phenomenal fighter. He fought all the likes, Mickey Walker, on and on. So this is Dave Shade. Dave Shade was a very good fighter at that time. Alright, so you can just see Brian Downey in Boston, defeated him in 12 rounds. And June 25th, he fought Benny Leonard, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, no decision in 6 rounds. Tommy Ferguson, Scranton, Pennsylvania, no decision in 10 rounds. Kiel, he's been fought all of these top-notch fighters, and this is 1 year. This is 1918. Phenomenal. So we covered all 1920. 1921, Ted Kid Lewis, New York City, defeated him in 15 rounds. Johnny Tillman, no decision in 10. And we went up to Dave Shade. So June 3rd, Dave Shade, Portland, Oregon. December, a 10-round draw, excuse me. And July 18th, Mickey Walker, Newark, New Jersey. No decision in 12 rounds. 1922, Dave Shade, New York City. When you see that start, that's a title fight. 15-round decision. Cowboy Paddock, Omaha, Nebraska. No decision, 10 rounds. Benny Leonard, New York City. He won on a foul, 13 rounds. Benny Leonard was leading. Benny Leonard would have been welterweight champion had it not been for that foul that was called on him. October 10th, Jimmy Kelly, Havana, Cuba. 10-round victory. Mickey Walker, New York City, lost in 15 rounds for the welterweight title. Lost world welterweight title. Phil Kaplan, very good fighter, defeated him in 10 rounds. KO Phil Kaplan, New York City, New Jersey, no decision in 10 rounds. Lloyd Herbert, Cleveland, no contest 5. It was stopped by the referee. All right, so let me show you the fight series. Let me show you the fight series with Ted Kid Lewis. So the famous boxing series, Jack Britton versus Ted Kid Lewis. March 26, 1915, Britton versus Lewis, 135th Street, Sporting Good. It just goes on to tell you where they fought. August 31st, 1915, Lewis defeats Britton. September 27th, 1915, Lewis defeats Britton. January 20th, 1916, Britton versus Lewis. And Buffalo, no decision. So the rest of these predominantly are no decisions. October 17, 1916, Britton defeats Lewis. Let's go up. April 24th, 1916, Britton won the World Welterweight title from Lewis in New Orleans. February 15, 1916, Britton versus Lewis, Broadway, South Carolina. Lewis won the World Welterweight title from Britton, Dayton, Ohio. March 6, 1918, Britton versus Lewis, 10 rounds exhibition. Alright, so this is a phenomenal achievement by Jack Britton. And those wars with Ted Kid Lewis. These are both Hall of Famers. So I just wanted to shed a little bit of light on this fighter, Jack Britton. So salute to Jack Britton. He's been inducted into the Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. This is Scrapbook Boxing. I want to salute to all my subscribers. Salute.